Hello, my Geminis. Here we are to give you the forecast for March 2025. I'm going to do things a little bit differently because I'm going to pull cards for the 4 weeks of the month. Okay. But I am going to focus on the end in three aspects that are going to be affecting us. First, we have a full moon in Virgo, which is also going to be a lunar eclipse on the 14th of February. And then we also on March 29th have a new moon in Aries, which is going to be also a solar eclipse in this with Libra and Aries kind of confronting each other, right? The interesting thing is that is first a portal because it comes around the same time, and the March 14th starts the Mercury retrograde, and it continues till April 6th. But we will have the Mercury retrograde in Aries, which is talking about us reclaiming our powers and being the leaders that we're supposed to be in our lives from the 14th through the 29th, which would be the eclipse to eclipse. Tell me if that's not the universe kind of making us confront. Look at that. The candle went crazy when I said that. Making us confront the things that we surrendered our power to. So I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to stipulate how important that time is for us. And we're going to talk about these next 4 weeks and just give you some information, Gemini. So starting off, we're going to start off with week number 1. I'm going to pull 3 cards, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So week 1. Week 1, we have the Ace of Swords starting off the whole thing with clarity, with focus, with determination, with seeing the truth of a situation. Okay, so we're starting March off with this like Genho. I'm clearing the bullshit. I'm seeing things clearly. I know what I need to move doing forward. This is going to be lasting you for at least 2 weeks. Okay, this cycle of clarity, of being able to move forward. And then we have the energy of the Knight of Cups. And now, if you guys know this channel, you know me well and know that I do not fucking like the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups for me is false loves. So I feel like what is happening is that you're coming to a clarity and a visualization as to the false loves that you've had in your life. Now, this can be people that were falsely demonstrating love to you, which would be like, um, friends that only are friends because they see a benefit from you, relationships that only want you in your life because they see a benefit of you. But then I'm also seeing false loves as to things that you loved politically, religiously, physically, that you are starting to realize that the reason you really actually loved it or wanted it in your life was because of an external force, or because the way you were raised, or situations like that, and it's actually not you. So this false love energy for these next 2 weeks are going to be ones where you're going to start seeing, hey, I know that my whole entire life I said I like Rocky Road ice cream, but now I realize I fucking hate it. And I just like plain vanilla. One of those things. I'm just being, take it as it resonates, right? This is just something that's very neutral for people to understand what I mean with false loves. Okay. And then sitting down and saying, I just realized that the reason I liked Rocky Road ice cream was because that was the time I dated Joe Schmo, and it was an awesome time in my life, and I always wanted to go back to it. So that's the only reason I liked Rocky Road. But now that I realize Joe Schmo is a total douche and I should have never had that person in my life, I'm deciding I don't like Rocky Road anymore because I never really liked it. Does that make sense? I'm hoping that whoever needs to hear that understands what I'm trying to say. It's like an understanding as to why it is that you fell into these false loves, and then realizing you don't like to do it. It can be as stupid as ice cream, but it can be such intense as religion, or the type of person you like, or the sexual orientation you're choosing. It doesn't matter. You guys, each one of us is different. We're going through different experiences, okay? Let's see. And then on it, we have this. This is interesting. So 1 second. Okay, the reason I said 1 second is because I didn't know what this word meant, so I totally Googled it. All right, it's the word is called keening. Okay, and do you see the woman? She's like totally crying, like her guts out, like totally having a like existential crisis. I can't believe one of those things. Okay, and it says, hold on for just a moment in time. Acknowledging before releasing and liberating what needs to be freed. Okay, that is some crazy shit. These cards liked each other. Anyways, this is crazy because this is exactly what I'm telling you. It's kind of like, you know, it's like a spiritual purge. She's crying, she's venting, she's like, I just can't believe my entire life I've been eating this shit Rocky Road ice cream and I fucking hated it, and all that reason I only wanted it was because of Falona the child, and I did not like him anymore, and I don't even know why I even wanted that situation to begin with. You know, one of those. I'm giving you an exaggerated version of what's going on, but that's kind of the energy. All right, like and you guys take it as it resonates. There's a lot of things in the world right now that we can totally have a mental break about because we can't believe we fell into this stupid cycle, this stupid trap, this stupid situation when we actually didn't love the situation, or it wasn't real love, or they said they were going to support us and care for us and they didn't, and I can't believe it, and I can't believe it, and I can't believe it. That's for 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks you're actually going to be experiencing that. I'm still going to be looking at week number 2, but week number 1 initiates this, like, I want to say purge, right? This emotional purge of disillusionment. It's like I feel betrayed. I feel like the blindfold was moved out of my eyes, and the reality that I'm living in is completely not what I signed up for. Like, what the fuck is what this feels like? Okay. Week number 2. Oh, I like this. Week number 2 feels very empowering. The first thing I have is the Temperance card. So week number 1 feels very, well, week number 2 is like, okay, let me balance this. And then we have the card of Judgment. And Judgment is forgiving a situation for what it is, awakening, coming to rebirth, coming to an acceptance that it is what it is. We were mature at that time. We didn't see the truth that was right in front of us because we had things that we were still holding on to, and now we realize that the reason we aligned to that was because of this other thing, and it wasn't what we were expecting, but whatever, and that kind of stuff. And then we have the energy of the Queen of Cups, and this is like, you know, you are still very much in that keening energy where you're still super sensitive, super emotional, super like feeling the like discharge of this sadness and disappointment and grief that we experienced, but at least feeling more in the energy of I think I'm okay now. Like, I understand now how I fell into this trap and how I fell into this cycle and how I listened to this liar and how I went through this situation. And now it's time for me to start healing those wounds so I don't fall into the same shit again. Right? Now that comes with this card, and this is self ceremony, and it's so funny because I kept feeling like this energy right here, like I kept doing this, and this is, and she's kind of going like this and going like this, and there's a moon in between. It kind of feels like really interesting there, but here it says, create the version you desire, take action in the plan that leads to fulfillment. And what I'm actually feeling with self ceremony, because I'm also feeling like the Four of Cups, which from these cards, the ones that I have here, the Four of Cups is kind of, he's playing with some birds, and then there's a bird chirping on the outside, and I'm feeling it here. It's kind of actively doing things that will help you cleanse and purge your solar plexus and your sacral space, both your divine masculine and feminine energy, and coming into yin yang balance for that. This is a very important portal of energy, because if we have our divine masculine and feminine energy in alignment, then they work as union as partners together to actualize a different reality for ourselves. And this is what it feels like using this energy. And you know what this kind of looks like? A waning moon, but still an eclipse kind of energy. It's kind of like eclipsing out this negative energy that is around us. And actually, the second week falls in this energy of the eclipse. So I mean the eclipse and the new moon. So I would use this energy of the moon on the 14th and the eclipse to create a new reality for myself, like to erase the things that did not serve me and to like speak into existence that new form of the world that I know it is, like, and move forward. So week number 2, it feels like you're calming down and you're doing the things necessary to cleanse your energy so you can move forward. Week number 3, oh, I got more cards than I wanted. Okay, the first thing I see is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is the energy of um, getting clear minded, getting strong with your emotions, and being able to purge out the things from your life that you do not want. The second card that flew out is the Four of Coins in reverse, and that is no longer holding in that negative energy and kind of clearing house. So it still feels like week number 3 is a detox energy because we do have these two that came out together, and it's the Ten of Wands with the King of Cups. The Ten of Wands and the King of Cups is literally getting to the point where you're heavy, mentally heavy, but you're getting to the point where you're over it and you're starting to evolve emotionally with the King of Cups, into a different way of being, a different way of seeing the world, and a different way of expressing yourself. So this month of March for you, the first 3 weeks, feels like validation of your emotions, realizing the truth as to why you made the decisions that you made in your life up to now, and then deciding that it's just not you anymore and you're more than that, and that you're going to move forward. And now we're going to heal your emotions so you don't let these fools or these situations dictate who you are. I tell people a lot, people use your emotions to hurt you. Like, if they use victim mentality, either you creating a victim mentality or them being a victim for you to give the power up. They use anger for you to give the power up. Either you angrily do something that will negatively impact your life, or they negatively do something that make you feel disempowered, right? Or they use false love, where they show you love but with strings attached, and you give power instead of knowing how to balance that love within yourself. So there are ways that people manipulate us by our emotions, and this month of February feels like a discovery of how your emotions were used to manipulate you into doing something that was not for your greatest good, and going through the spiritual and emotional purge of that realization. Okay, and now we got 3 cards out for these, for the third week. The first one that says is amethyst. It says, go where your spirit dwells, where the sight is clear and your breath is liberated. The second one says, a grimoire. Keep what is sacred near to you, for in it for it is only to be shared when you are ready. And then forged in fire. Your strength was crafted through adversity and mastery. Only you behold. Those 3 cards combined together feels like spirit writing. So this is when you sit down with a pen and a paper, right? A notebook or whatever, breathe, do your little meditation, and then just write whatever comes out of your heart. Sometimes it's things of memories or thoughts. Sometimes it's things that like you channel through that are just words that randomly come out, and you just write them all out. you keep them. And then I would recommend during that new moon that will be happening on the 29th for you to do a burn ritual. So that would be taking herbs that are made for removing darker energies, mixing it in something that is fire safe, and then burning those papers that you wrote with those herbs to clear out that energy, to release it from you. Okay. And that would be a good thing to do on the 29th. And so last week of March, okay, last week of March seems very confrontational. The first thing we have is thirst for knowledge, Ace of Swords. And the second thing we have is Nine of Wands, Test of Faith. And then the third thing we have is King of Swords, Mind over Matter. So what I'm seeing here is that the Page of Swords has to do with I mean, I'm just going to tell you how I'm feeling it right here. It feels like something trying to come into your mind to make you doubt what you've already done to purge and cleanse your energy. It's something coming into your mind and saying you're being foolish for letting go of whatever it is that you're letting go, that you should go back to what you had. And right here is this energy of the Nine of Wands, where you're creating a barrier between that yourself and these thoughts, removing them from you, knowing where the door is, that it's located, where it got in, so that you can purge it out of yourself. And then with this energy of the King of Swords is not allowing your emotions to get the better of you, and really seeing things logically so that you can purge this energy from you. So this doesn't feel like somebody's sending this energy against you, but this feels more like your old immature mindsets resurging from inside of you and saying, are you sure you want to let go of Rocky Road ice cream? Do you remember all those memories that we had with each other when we did those Rocky Road ice cream excursions? Are you foolish? Don't you understand that this can be something for your greatest good? Like, how are you going to let me go? You really want me in your life. What do you mean vanilla? Vanilla is so lame. You are so much more than vanilla. Are you trying to say that you're a lame person? And then it's blocking these energies and saying, why are they even coming up? And then logically looking at these words that are talking to you so you can find where the initial entryway is, so you can close it up and destroy this energy from re-entering into your heart and having power over you. So again, take it as it resonates. You guys have to make it fit. I'm giving you a very neutral thing so that you don't assume I'm talking about a specific thing. And ice cream is so easy to talk about. So then we have coming of spring. Beneath my feet stir the awakening. See what I'm saying? It's something stuck in the root chakra that is stirring back up. Swirling, spiraling surges of warmth that tell tell of a life ready to birth. And then we have greenhouse. May it be clear the intentions I sow in my preparation for the path ahead. So I want to show you the difference between these two. There's like a lot of wintry feeling here, but one is death, right? One is a funeral, one is a cemetery, and the other one is the greenhouse. And what I'm seeing here is a resurgence of the thing you have killed, you have let die, trying to come back out and plant new seeds and create itself back inside of you. But you've already mourned the death of this thing because it wasn't you. So then it's saying, are you really ready to do that and allow this energy to regrow inside of you? Or are you going to do the greenhouse thing where you are clearly setting the intentions as to the life that you want going forward? And you're going to be like, you know what? I understand why you came into my life and how I accepted you. You know, I grew up listening to people talking about that. I blah, 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 I believe this thing I saw in social media, blah, 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 whole mess of stuff. But I mean, you are not me. And now I'm really clear about the type of life and the type of world I want to live in. And it doesn't include you. So I'm not going to let you back in. And so it's really, I want to say like the end of the month comes into a declaration of faith. You started the beginning of the month kind of saying, I'm over it. I'm over you. I realized that I got tricked, bamboozled. I, by false love, by belief systems that are not for my greatest good. And now I'm not going to let you back in. I've decided what I decided, and it is not you. And that's what I'm seeing is happening for the month of March. It's like a reclamation of your power, which goes back to what I told you is that energy of that portal, the energy of the Mercury retrograde. It's all about you stepping back into your power and be the leader and the dictator of your life, and instead of allowing others to tell you who you are and what you should be and what you should think and how you should do, right? So I hope this helps you, my Gemini, and it gave you some value. And we'll see. Oh, and if you don't mind, please click on the like and the subscribe and leave me a comment. I'd like to hear if this resonated. And that's it. Have a great one.